All right, guys, it is Monday morning. We have 22 items to pack and ship. Today's a holiday, but I want to go ahead and get a head start on stuff. So, first of all, we've got a CD, which is right here. I didn't get to put it up yet. It is Remix's Victory, Puff Daddy and the Family. I picked this up at Goodwill for $1, and it sold for $15 free shipping. Next up in bin number 1, we've got a Brock Lesnar shirt. And I've had this for a while. I think I picked this up in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Is that Amish country? If that's Amish country, that's right. That's where I picked it up at. But yeah, it's the Suplex City shirt. It's sleeveless. I want to say I paid $2 or $3 for this, and it sold for $13 free shipping. Next up in bin G, we've got an HO scale Bachman box car. I'm going to dig this one out, so give me just a second. All right, here it is. It is a Netherlands Overseas Meals. This came from that house buy that I did. I'm almost certain. I think that's where most of the trains came from. I think I have one that didn't. But that sold for $4.74 plus shipping. Next up, we've got the Sacrifice Animorphs. And I tucked that in between some books to straighten it out some. So I know where that's at. It's right here. Yeah, okay. Animorphs. I just dropped it. Okay, there we go. Animorphs. Picked that up for like $1.50 at America's. It sold for $9 free shipping. Then we have Living Sacrifice CD. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. Okay. So I got a bunch of CDs from a dude up in Elkmont. He made a post on Facebook that he had some A Day to Remember CDs, and I wanted those to put on my iPods, and he gave me like a bunch of other CDs with them. This was one of them. That sold for $10.50 free shipping. Next up, we have Crossing Over Blu-ray. Hear that?
Do you freaking hear that? It's still friggin' surround wrap. You hear that? That crispity crinkling sound?
Where'd I get this? I guess I got this from America's for $2. It sold for $12.99 free shipping. Next up in bin GMC, we've got an Acadia emblem set. And that is those. They sold for $10.99 free shipping. Then in the Toyota bin, we have RAV4. It's Camry. It's the Toyota symbol, RAV4, and a Toyota spell out. Alright, so past me got us in a pickle. I had to figure out that it was these. They weren't together, so that almost messed us up, but we figured it out. Had to go get a new battery. The Toyota RAV4 set sold for $30 free shipping. Next up, we have a Star Trek set. This actually came from I had a toolbox, like a little wooden toolbox, listed on Marketplace, and I had it listed for $75, and this guy messaged me about it. He said, I have some DVDs. If you'd be interested in them, I'll bring them, and we can work something out. So I was like, okay. I got there, and it was a lot of box sets, and like Star Trek usually isn't great, so I don't think anything of it when I see it. But he gave me a like small bin and an IKEA bag full of DVDs. I told him that I would give him like $40 credit. He gave me $35, so technically I'm $40 into this, I guess, but not really. We made all of our money back on the toolbox. So this is the Next Generation DVD set, 20th anniversary. This sold for $25 plus shipping. Next up, we have One Tree Hill Season 8 sealed. Where did I pick this up at? I think this was at America's, and it was $3 or $4. Sadly, that sold for $14 free shipping. Then we sold Sweet Dream Spot VHS, and that is Sweet Dream Spot is right here. If I can get her on out of there. Sweet Dream Spot. This came from that estate sale buy that I had a couple months ago. That sold for $12 free shipping. Next up, we have 2019 Native American enhanced uncirculated coin and currency set. So this is like a I want to say a $2 bill, maybe a $1 bill, and then a Sacagawea coin, but it's two sets of them. These had sold before, but I couldn't find them. And then when I was doing some reorganizing, this was tucked away in that Toyota pickup glove box. So found those, got them relisted. I listed them as a lot and accepted an offer of $40 free shipping for those. Next up, we have Hellraiser, and that is somewhere up here. I know I can find it if I just put my mind to it. There it is. It is sealed. This was part of that buy at my antique booth. That sold for $12 free shipping. Next up, we have a Rugrats Chucky the Brave VHS. There it is. Chucky the Brave. This was also part of that buy, the estate sale buy. That one sold for $10.99 free shipping. Then we have a Star Trek Next Generation. This is from the house buy that I did. I'm trying to think of what I spent on the Star Trek stuff. I think I spent $125 on all the Star Trek stuff, which for everything that I bought, that was one of the more expensive purchases I made. But it was a lot of Star Trek stuff, a lot of new play sets, and I figured the play sets would do pretty good. And I wasn't wrong. The individual figures aren't great, but the play sets are good. And like the I've never seen Star Trek, so Jernigan's the big Star Trek guy. But there was some like teleporter or something that sold for like $100, and then we had that sale last week with Star Trek, so that came from the same buy. This is pretty much putting us in the green, like for a fact. But that guy sold for $47.49 plus shipping. After that, we have Our Friend Martin on VHS, and that is right there. Did you guys watch this when you were in school? I remember this, and it was a great movie. It has Lucas Black in it. He voices that guy. But growing up in Alabama, like we watched this in school. So I always liked it. I have a copy of it in my collection, and I think I got this from America's for $1.50, and it sold for $11 free shipping. Next up in bin E, that guy's gonna be buried too. I know. I put that at the very bottom. It's way down there. I'll dig that out. Okay, we have this Sony like camcorder charger. I made a purchase on an estate sale similar to that VHS one that I did, and this was for 2 TV lots and a Sony Handycam. The camera did not work, but I sold the charger. This sold for $18 free shipping. I think we still need to like make some money to get in the green on that buy, but that's a good start. I don't think I was very much into it, like maybe $12 all in. So after fees, like this was free shipping, so after fees and everything, we're still not quite there, but that was a good start. I do have one of the TVs listed for $250 on Marketplace. We got 2 more things to pull. We've got an Eevee hat, and I hope that it is in the hat bin. If it's not, then we are in trouble. There it is. Sweet. Okay, so this guy, I got that from the Saving Way for $3, and it's officially licensed and everything, but it sold for $15 free shipping. And the last thing we have today, I'm pretty sure, I'll refresh it and see if there's more. There may be more, but it's in other GM, and it is a set of orange Pontiac Grand Am emblems. Let me refresh it and see. Okay, we do have a couple more. All right, sorry. We've got the iPod Nano, which should be in here. I got this at a garage sale last year for $1. This is sold as is for parts. It does not work, but or it may work, but it doesn't hold a charge. Either way, that sold for $24.99 free shipping. Next up, another thing from that guy with the toolbox, which doubled our store credit, I guess, because we gave him like store credit of $40. But Star Trek Voyager 1 through 7, these were the ones that surprised me. Like, if it weren't for the cases, they wouldn't be worth as much. But these sold, I accepted an offer, or I sent an offer of $95 plus shipping for these. So that's good. A lot of Star Trek stuff this week. Next, we have a Jeep Cherokee emblem. That guy right there. It sold for $12.99 free shipping. And lastly, for today, we have a Namco Museum, and it is in bin K. This guy is another thing that I've sold before but couldn't find it, and it actually was in a bin or a box with some thermoses. So stay on top of keeping your stuff organized. Like, it doesn't happen to me very often. Usually I can remember where I set something, but sometimes I don't, especially if it's been listed for 6+ months. And this was one of them, but I finally found it. I relisted it, and that sold for $20 plus shipping. I almost forgot, guys. We had a Macari sale for this for $43 plus shipping. All right, guys, it is Wednesday morning. We've got 10 or 11 things to pull. First up, we've got a bobblehead. Lexi, Ginger, I need to squeeze by you. I got all my bobbleheads over here on this shelf, and it is this guy. That is Sprocket, the Rocket City Trash Pandas mascot. I got this at America's for $6 or $7, and he sold for $16 plus shipping. Next up, we have Make This Model Village Usborne cutout models. This was from that house buy that I did. I think it's this one. Make This Model Village. Yep, that's it. This sold for $15 plus shipping. There was a bunch of those, and there was one really good one. The rest of them were like 10 to 15-ish dollars. But that's the first one that we sold. You can see the guy originally paid $10 for them. I didn't pay that much for it. I'm not sure what I paid, but I should be in the green on that, all those buys. I've done really well with that, and each time that I went, I spent $200 to $400, and I went like 3 or 4 times, but I've definitely made a good bit of money off that buy. Next up, we have a complete series of Vikings. This was part of that trade that I did for the toolbox. So we're continuing to make more money off that trade. The Viking set sold for $25, free shipping. Next up, we have Partying 101 DVD. And this was from yard sale season last year. The 101 yard sale, Partying 101. This was, I think it was at like a store, like an old gas station maybe. I don't remember, but inside there was a bunch of sealed. Hear that?
Remember, guys, safety first.
DVDs. This was one of them, and it had PCU in it. So if you ever see PCU, that is usually a $20 movie all day. But this had that in it. For whatever reason, this took a while to sell. I had it listed for $30, and every once in a while I'll go through, especially if I'm slacking on listing, and I will filter my active listings from oldest to newest. So the oldest ones I will delete and sell similar. I did that with this one and marked it down to $25, free shipping. Wait. Yeah, I marked it down to $25, and I think my eBay is like set to automatically send 5% off on stuff, and they did that with this one. It sold for $23.74, free shipping. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. Next up, we have from the thrifting video with 8-Bit Frog. This is all the bulk sockets, just made in Taiwan stuff. I pulled all the Stanley and Craftsman. This is just all the whatever. And I listed that for $25, hoping to sell it quickly. Somebody sent me an offer of $20. I accepted it, so we got that going out the door. Next, we have the complete series of Walker Texas Ranger. And let me set you down for just a second. This is also from that trade for the toolbox. I do like Chuck Norris. I've never actually, I think I've seen like 2 episodes of Walker Texas Ranger. I remember my dad, he had the final season on DVD, and that was it. The rest of them he didn't have. But I don't think he really, like, he liked it, but I don't think it's something that he would sit down and watch, or I would have given that to him. He's really big into Longmire and Justified, so this like is kind of in that realm. Maybe I should have asked him, but they do sell a box set of that. This is just the individual seasons. That sold for $40, free shipping. And then next we have New Sealed Bleak Future. And let's see if we can find that guy. I don't want to look too hard, but I believe this was from a yard sale. last year also. There it is, Bleak Future. I want to say that's where it's from. I may be wrong. No, it may have. I think this was in one of those boxes that we bought from the antique guy. And if I remember correctly, this movie had some pre-owns listed for like over $40 and none sold. So I figured this has probably been listed for a month, maybe 2 months. I decided to list this for $30 free shipping, and it sold. It sent that offer thing that I was talking about where it's 5%, so it sold for $28.49 free shipping. Then we have Young People, Shirley Temple. This was a bad buy on my part. I went to Goodwill in Madison, and they had a bunch of these on the shelf. I don't think it was the complete set. If it was the complete, like, numbered spines, it would have been almost worth picking all of them up, but I think they were $2 a piece. And if they were $1, I would have probably still bought all of them. But I picked out the ones that sold for the highest. You know, you got to do that sometimes. And these just didn't move like I wanted them to. This one I accepted an offer of $9 free shipping, so I'm probably losing money on this one. But you live and you learn on the good buys and the bad buys. After that, we have some emblems, and I think both of them are in the Ford drawer. One of them is an F-350 emblem, and hopefully I can find it. Yep, they were both at the bottom of the drawer. The first one is this F-350. This is another one that I said that I was talking about. I'd go back and filter old listings and cancel them and relist or sell similar. The F-350 sold for $20 free shipping. And then this is a MKZ emblem. I think we sold one of these earlier in this video, or maybe in the last video. I'm not exactly sure.
I would think that this game was either before or after his death. I'm not exactly sure.
But this one sold for $12.34 free shipping. I believe that's all we have to pack for right now. So I will show you this. After doing that, I've wanted a spot to have a momentum board. If you watch Shed Flips, they have a momentum board. This is my rendition of it. It's a weekly thing, not a monthly thing. But I put me a goal up here. Usually my goal is to list 5 items a day, but I'm setting it a little high for right now. For me, list 10 items a day, and today's Wednesday, like I said. But so far, I've only listed one thing. I found this in my death pile. My Name is Earl. If you didn't know, My Name is Earl is going up in value. This is one of my favorite shows. I have the complete series already. This was a double for me, so we'll set that on the shelf and hopefully it'll sell. But the first season in every series usually is the cheapest. That one's about $14 right now, free shipping. But yeah, I'm gonna get these packed, and hopefully I can keep up with this momentum board. This doesn't pertain to the sales of the week, but I just want to state that I have been working on my listings, and mostly linens and clothes, but I've hit 11 for today, and it's not even, oh, about dropped my phone. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. Alright guys, it's Thursday morning. We've got 4 orders to pack. Yesterday, like I said, we met our goal. We listed 18. But first of all, we have to pick out Living Sacrifice. I think it's the Infinite Order. And it is. This sold for $9 free shipping. This was part of a buy that I went and bought one night, and the guy had gotten these CDs that day from his work. Somebody brought them in and he didn't want them, so he threw these in, and we've done pretty good off those. It sold for $9 free shipping. Next up, we have a vintage Usborne cutout model, Cathedral, and that is this guy. Originally priced at $10. This also sold for $10 plus shipping. After that, we have 97 to 2001 Toyota Camry LE emblem set. Come down to Toyota Camry LE. I want to say that's them. Looks like them. And lastly, in bin number 3, Praise Dale, Raise Hell, we've got a pair of Carhartt pants. Let me pull those. And here we are, the Carhartt pants. I believe I got those at America's for like $6 to $8. I don't really remember. But they sold for $20 plus shipping. Alright guys, it is Thursday evening. I need to pull some orders. First up, we've got a Earthworm Jim figure, and he should be in here, and he is. He's headless, but he sold for $10 plus shipping. Also, I just finished this video about that. Should already be out, but got my new bins. I still haven't filled these up. These are the ones I just installed, but we put up a cross brace to hold bigger stuff, and it's pretty sturdy, but got my numbers going on there, so I really dig it. I like it. This has, I don't know if you guys have watched any of the older What Sold on eBay videos, but this used to be like overrun, like piled up to the ceiling, and I'd like to get that to where, I don't think it'll fit on that, but maybe a lot of this stuff will fit on my shelf over here, or maybe in one of these bins. But we're making progress. The next, now that we got that finished, the next project for in here is building these style shelves for these bins to turn them this way. Because if we turn them that way, we should have room. Yeah, I feel like 3 of them will come out to about right here instead of just right there. I thought they were 4 wide. They're only 3 wide, so yeah. Anyways, back to what sold. After that, we've got a Lucianato CD. Alright, I found it. It was, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it was in Spanish, and I was looking for that, so I didn't see it, but I finally found it. I had to pull them off and, like, flip through them. But that sold for $14.24 free shipping. I don't remember where that came from. It might have come in a Second Charles box. It may not have. But after that, we've got Absentia Season 1. And that is right here. This came from America's for $2. And it sold for $18 free shipping. Next up, we've got Superstar Wrestler Photo Album Magazine Lot of 3. Which I believe is these. Where did I get these? I won these in a lot on an auction. It was a bunch of wrestling magazines, and I think I paid like $32 for all of them. And these sold for $20 plus shipping. That's the first bunch of them I've sold. I traded some of them for some iPods, but I kept those 3 and all these. They're listed on eBay, and they came from that buy. So I kept enough to make some decent money off of them, but that's the first ones to sell, so we're nearing making our money back. Lastly is Never Let Me Go on Blu-ray, and this came from Heart's Cry. It's got Keira Knightley in it, Andrew Garfield. Got that for $1. It says $1 on there, and it sold for $12 free shipping. All right, guys, it is Monday morning. We've got to pull some more orders. First up, we have a Carhartt jacket. It's in bin 3. So I picked this up from America's Thrift Store for $13. And here it is. It's like not quite vintage, but it's early 2000s Carhartt, broken in. So that's what helps them move really quickly, is if like Carhartt stuff comes in really stiff and you have to wear it to actually get it to where it wears good. But this jacket's pretty well broken in. Like I said, I got it for $13. I had it listed originally for $150, and it had a lot of like 30 plus views but no watchers. So I was like, okay, well, like 5 minutes after I listed it, somebody sent me an offer of $50 and I declined it. But after a couple of days, I marked it down, like deleted, sold similar, marked it down to $100. It sold within 5 minutes. So I do that sometimes. Like if you have a lot of traction on a listing and nobody's pulling the trigger on it, mark it down a little bit. Maybe you're just a little bit too high. That's what, maybe I had it listed for $125. I marked it down $25, not $150. Either way, it sold for $100. Next we have Nickelodeon Nick Jr. Backyardigans. Party supplies, and that's right here. I picked this up from America's, I think for like $2. Had it for a while, finally found it in a bag hidden somewhere. Listed it for $15 plus shipping, and it sold. After that, we have an SK Tools 17mm socket. I got a, hopefully it's in this other sockets. I don't know if I have an SK bin, but we're about to find out. That's a lot of sockets. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. We got the SK 17mm USA socket. I accepted an offer of $8 free shipping on that. Next up, we have a Jaguar OEM owner's manual leather. I believe that is this guy. Yep, there we go. I had originally sold one of these for like $50, and then I found another one, listed it for $50, and somebody sent me an offer of $40 free shipping, and I accepted it. So I get these manuals and emblems so cheap that it really, like, the first thing that sells is usually putting us in the profit. So if that's something you're curious about. Next up, we've got Roy Orbison. That I believe is this guy. Where did I get this? This is either from Goodwill or it came in a Second Charles mystery bin box. And it sold for $13.99 free shipping. Next we have Baby Einstein Baby Bach. And that is right here. I think this came from Blue Door, and it was $1. This sold for $10.99 free shipping. Then we have 1994 Muppet Sing Along, and that is right here. It's not easy being green. This came from that estate sale buy where I got all the VHS tapes. That sold for $12.34, free shipping. Next up, we have the best of backyard wrestling, and that is right here. This came from one of those boxes that I bought from the booth guy. This was in there. It sold. I accepted an offer of $8, free shipping. Won't be making a ton off that. Like, I probably should have put it in the booth, but it's an eBay sale, so that helps us out. Next we have Lil Abner DVD. I believe this came from an estate sale me and Rusty went to, and there was a bunch of DVDs. I just gotta figure out what the spine looked like, because that's gonna throw me off. I don't see it down here. It's probably showing up in the video and you guys are like, there it is, there it is. Look over there, look over there. Alright, I'm gonna take a, there it is. I found it. Lil Abner DVD. What did this sell for? $16.99, free shipping. So, yeah, not bad. Like I said, I think I got that for $1. Next up, we've got down here. Where did I get this? Where did I get this? I don't remember where I got this, but 2 of the 3 DVDs inside are sealed. Hear that? And the third one is not, but it looks great. 1 disc is loose. I listed this the other day, and 5 minutes after I listed it, it sold. The Mighty Ducks 3-pack. This sold for $30 plus shipping. I'm trying to remember where I got that from, but I can't remember. Next we have Craig Mack, and that is going to be somewhere. There it is, Craig Mack. CD listed this a week or 2 ago. This I got from Goodwill for $1, and it sold for $10, free shipping. Next up we have Creedence Clearwater Revival Songbook. This came off my road. My uncle owned a piece of property that one of my grandpa's like best friends lived in, and kind of a hoarder situation, but found this in that house, and it was up in my attic for a while. Finally listed it. It sold for $20 plus shipping. Next we have a PS3 Guitar Hero wireless dongle for the drums. Sadly, this really isn't worth a whole lot like some of them are. This one I got from a yard sale last year with the drum set, but the pedal is destroyed, so I'm just gonna part it out and sell it that way. But the dongle sold for $15.99, free shipping. Next we have a 2006 Toyota RAV4 owner's manual. I'm guessing it's gonna be this guy. That's 2007. Maybe it's this guy. 2004. 2006 Highlander. Let me look at the picture. No, that's it. 2007. I don't know why the listing says 2006. Probably because the year that the 2007 was put out was 2006. But this is the one pictured. Like I said, I get manuals really cheap. I need to go to the junkyard again, but that sold for $15.99 free shipping. Next up we have a Teletubby, and that's going to be in this bin down here, so I'm going to get that off camera, but we'll show that when I find it. Alright, here we go. We got the red Teletubby. This came from Downtown Rescue Mission for... It's not written on with Sharpie. It probably had a tag on it, but I think it was $2 or $3. It sold for $15 plus shipping. Next up, we have a 1987 to 91 Ford F350 emblem set. There is one of them. F350. Where's the rest of them? I'm going to have to dig these out. Alright, here we go. Ford F350 XLT Lariat emblems. These are these go on the side fender, and surprisingly enough, those sold full asking price of $70 plus shipping. I believe it may be free, but either way. Next, we have a Thomas the Tank Trackmaster motorized engine, which is going to be in here. And he sold for $12 free shipping. Next we have Lord of the Rings animated movie, which may be hidden back. There it is. Okay, it's right here on the edge. This also came from that estate sale buy. This sold for... I can't see. It sold for $10 free shipping. The next thing we have is this set of GM performance parts, ratchet and socket. It's not a full set. That I got from a pawn shop, pretty cheap. It sold, I accepted best offer of $35 free shipping. The next thing, took a chance on this guy. So this is from the Disney movie with Amy Adams, Enchanted, from 2007. It's a pretty worn out towel, has like a couple of holes in it and stuff, but cannot find it. And it's one of those things where I saw it at a thrift store. I knew that Enchanted stuff was like hard to find, so I immediately picked it up. I think it was $2, and even in the condition it was in, I was like, I'm gonna shoot for the moon kinda on it. Maybe not crazy because of condition, but I feel like somebody is going to want this from their childhood, and they will be willing to pay for it. I listed this for $50 in the condition it's in, and it sold for full asking price, $50 plus shipping. So Enchanted stuff, other than the movie, if you see anything that is that branding, and let me see if there it is. Okay, that's the branding on it. It doesn't really compare to the movie, but I knew that that's what it was for. There was like an animated version of Amy Adams in the movie, and then she comes into the real world. But yeah, pretty happy with that one. Next we have Cowboy Copas Complete Hit Singles. This came from, if I can find it, it was in a Second Charles mystery box. There we go. And inside of those mystery box, for whatever reason, like, it's CDs that people locally don't buy, but they're usually pretty desirable online. Like, if I saw this at a thrift store, I wouldn't think twice to scan it. But since I got it in that mystery box, I scanned through everything, and this was one that surprised me. I accepted an offer of $15 free shipping on this. I think I had it listed for $20, but either way, I paid $30 for the box, and it had 100 CDs in it. So that's all we've got for right now. Maybe I'll probably do some more in this video. Alright guys, it's Tuesday morning. The only thing that I have to pack, I really don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and get it out, is Star Trek, the original series season 1 through 3. I got these from that guy that I said traded me for that toolbox, and those sold for $31 plus shipping. Figured I'd take a little video while I'm up here, but I'm running some wire to add 2 lights in the eBay room over there past that, where the roof stops. That's where the cement ceiling is for that one room. I'm thinking once I get this mounted in, it's mounted in, I gotta run the wire in it. But I'll pigtail off that, come back up, and go to as far to the corner as I can, run conduit through one of those blocks and have a light in there. I should have took it before, but you guys have seen my videos on the lighting in here. It wasn't great. We had one center light right here, and it was actually one of these lights that I'm pointing at. It's rough looking. I couldn't get it flush, but man, this is awesome having full lighting in here. Like, you can see the DVDs. That was a big issue that we had, was it was so dark over here. Even in the morning, like, this is a sunroom, but there's blinds up, so like it keeps a lot of the sun out, but you still see the daylight. But it didn't light up this corner, and now you can, oh my God, this is exciting. This is really exciting. I'm loving this. I wished I'd done this a long time ago. So pretty much what I did, I pigtailed off this light, ran some Romex over to this one, put in a box, got it going, ran another piece of Romex over to this light, and it went as good as probably one of the best wiring jobs I've had go so far. I've done a lot of wiring in this house where I didn't fully understand it and had issues troubleshooting that I had to get family members that are electricians to help guide me through it. And that's the way that I learn, is just getting through it. But they taught me through it, told me how it's supposed to work, and we got the bathroom lighting fixed. That was one that was troublesome. This one, whenever I took the light down, I guess I didn't have a good enough connection, and it was shorting out. So whenever I went to put it back up, it wouldn't stay on. So I pulled that one down, and these on the ends match. This center one is on its own, but we got all the lighting the same. The only thing now is in here. So I think what I'm going to do is pigtail off this light again. Come out over here. I think I can get there and run some conduit down to here. Go through one of these blocks. Should be able to go through one of those. Run the wire through here, because there's no. This is solid concrete. There's a metal sheet over it, but have that conduit run through here along the top to about right here, and I got it marked, but I got this little 5-inch light from Lowe's. It was $10, and I had to replace one of these in the hallway between this room and this room. It had one of these lights, and rarely use it, but that little light puts off about 75% of the light this does. So it's not that big of a difference, but just wanted to show this. I'm not sure what video this will go in, but I'll throw it in somewhere. All right, guys, we got some more orders to pull. First up, we've got Maisie in the clamshell. It's this guy right here. Maisie's ABCs. I've had this for a minute. I don't remember where I got it from, but it sold for $15 plus shipping. Next up in bin number 1, we've got a granny square crochet blanket. So I'm going to get bin number 1 out and we will pull that out. Alright, here it is. It's like a Afghan Roseanne. I usually, if I find these, I'll put Roseanne in the title, and it will, I'll be honest, I never sold one. This is the first one I've ever sold. I've had 2 of them, but this one does not have Roseanne in the title. I accepted an offer of $20 plus shipping on that. Next, we have a double sale. So, if you remember, it might have been the last video, or it may have been earlier in this video, this Sony voice recorder sold. The person got it and said that it smelled like smoke. When I got it back, I couldn't smell anything on it, and I know the smell of smoke. But so I wasn't taking any chances. I took it and put it in this bag with a dryer sheet, and it has made the eBay room smell pretty good. So I know the inside of it has to smell pretty decent, but it works. We got it back. It sold for $60 plus shipping. And then lastly for right now, crazy sale right here. Crazy. Which one is it? Haunted House. It was the one I just pushed in. This came from that house buy that I did. This was the most expensive one. And Haunted House make this model, Usborne cutout models. This sold for $65 plus shipping. So, insane. We had one come in under the wire. I accepted an offer before we started packing. They didn't pay for it until after we got packing. So, 101 Dalmatians. This person is getting a case for their movie. I'd put that it was disc only because it's missing 102 Dalmatians. So I didn't want to put the case in there and do all the work to say, hey, you're getting a case. It just doesn't have the cheaper movie. And I think that hurt me a little bit, but hopefully it'll be a good surprise for the person who's buying it that it does have a case. It's just missing 102 Dalmatians. This sold, I accepted an offer of $12 free shipping, so not a lot made, but a little bit. Alright guys, it is Thursday night. Me and my grandpa are going to a yard sale in the morning before we start working on the bathroom, so I need to get a couple of things packed beforehand. So I'm probably gonna pull as much as I can that'll fit in my mailbox, and everything that has to be shipped out tomorrow. First up, we have a Lego Luigi. This guy. This is in a grab bag from Goodwill with a bunch of Mario and other video game related toys. But he does work.
Lego Luigi time.
I don't know if you guys knew about this thing, but it's pretty cool.
Bye.
So I think I paid like $3 or $4 for the bag of toys. And usually I just whatever's worth money, I'll pull out of those bags, and then I have a bin that I've sold, so I don't have it currently, but I usually have like $2 toys that I sell at conventions. So that came from that bag. It sold for $20 plus shipping. Next we have a new Little Mermaid. I got this from Goodwill in Decatur. Surprisingly, it's the 4K Ultra HD. This was pretty cool. I think I paid $1.09 for this. Goodwill in Decatur is popping. But sold that. I accepted an offer of $25 plus shipping. Next up, we have a 1994 to 1997. It's already out for me right here. Center console lid. Let's see. Didn't pay much for that. It sold, I accepted best offer of $55 plus shipping. After that, we have Now That's What I Call Dance Classics. And this is one, my grandma had it in her car, and she was like, here's some CDs that I had, if you want them. But it's got classics like Gonna Make You Sweat, Come On and Ride It, It Takes Two, Bust a Move, You Can't Touch This. So, I was surprised. I put this on my iPod because I like the Now CDs, and it had some pretty good songs on it. So after I burned it onto my computer, listed it on eBay, and found out it was worth $20. So that sold for $20, free shipping. After that, we have in bin B a MK1 Audi TT Roadster, left black rear trim panel access door. So that was in B. If you notice, the top of this shelf is kindly cleared off. The next step in the eBay room renovation. I think you should have seen a clip where I showed adding these lights, and it has really brightened this up. I don't know if I go back and watch an old eBay room video, and you'll see how dark it was in this room. I still need lights in here, but we've got stuff piled up in there. Next step is building those type of shelves for these. And like I've said, it'll come out to about right here. We may go higher. And we're working on it. But MB, I'll stop talking. I'll shut up. I went to college. Let's see. Here it is. I think it's this netted guy right here. It has the like first aid, green first aid symbol on it. What'd that sell for? Here's the fun part. Getting that back in there. Alright, so this guy, I think this was still whenever the junkyard was charging me like $10 for a bucket full. That sold for $22, free shipping. After that, we sold a GMC 1999 to something emblem. It's one of these. Yeah. 7-inch emblem. That sold for $20, free shipping. Next, we have Hellbound Hellraiser 2 DVD. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember. This may have come out of one of those boxes we got from the antique booth guy, but I think that's where it came from. It's new, sealed. It sold for $13, free shipping. After that, we have a Matco Tools. It's in bin number 6 in that room. I bought a stack of these for $2 a piece, and this is the first one to sell. It sold for $14, so let me grab that. So yeah, here we go. Matco Tools beanie. I walked into America's Thrift Store one day and they just had a rack of them. So I took 15 of them for $2 a piece. That one sold for $13.99 free shipping. So that probably paid for like 4 or 5 of them after shipping and fees. After that, we have a rare Lord of the Rings Gandalf the White bobblehead. This came from my house buy that I was doing. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've never been able to sit through Lord of the Rings. I tried, and I fell asleep every time. But that guy probably paid pretty much nothing for it. Oh my God. The title says NIB, which is new in box, and that's obviously not new in box. I accepted an offer of $14, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us, but it might. After that, we have Pokemon 2014 Monopoly, which should be in one of these. This guy. This guy right here. It's the houses and hotels for Pokemon Monopoly. I bought a Monopoly and it was missing some pieces, so I pulled pieces out. That's the first part that is sold. It sold for $8 free shipping, so we're not making hardly anything off that. Next we have Soul Man. This was the only movie in one of those boxes that was worth listing, and I actually found a copy of it today on VHS right there. But I don't know, this movie would not fly today. I tried watching it, and I didn't think it was that great, but I don't know. So pretty much the premise is, C. Thomas Howell, the guy from The Outsiders, he wants to go to Harvard, I think, and his dad tells him he's not going to pay for school, so he's looking for a scholarship, and the only one he can find is for African American students, and he takes some experimental tanning pills and pretty much does blackface. And yeah, I watched like 5 minutes of it, and I was like, this is stupid. But that sold for $10 free shipping. And the last thing that we have is in bin number 7. It's this vintage Godzilla toy. I don't remember where I got it. I think it was America's Thrift Store for like $3 or $4. It sold for $21 plus shipping. Okay, guys, it is Monday morning. I think today's going to be the last day that I do filming for this video, but I just wanted to recap. So, like I said, it's Monday. Here's our listing board. My goal is to try and get like 10 items a day, and like you see, some days I do really good. I get 20, 12, but some days, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, me and my grandpa were working on the bathroom, so like I don't really have a good opportunity to do it. So that evening I list a couple things, and Saturday I didn't. Saturday was rough, but yeah, like Tuesday I didn't. I think me and Jernigan went somewhere and I built something whenever I got home or something like that. But I mean, we're averaging around 7 items a day, so that works for me. But we got to pull some orders, so let's do that. We've got a vintage Hot Wheels 1974 black super van, and the cars are in this one. Does that say this is a red line? Red Lines HK. Yeah, so I don't know. This came from a yard sale probably, and it sold for $6.66 plus shipping. I accepted an offer on that. Next up, we've got these two. LeBron 23.
LeBron James.
Sweatbands. So these came from, I bought that, I've mentioned it before, I bought a lot of like movie promo stuff. Those were in that for some reason, and somebody sent me an offer of $15 a piece for them. I know I've like tripled my money on that box so far, so why not? So I accepted it. I think I originally had them listed for 25 or 30 a piece, but since they're buying both of them together, saved me on shipping, so we'll do that. Next we have Shrek Super Slam for the GameCube. It was in my has not been put up yet stack. Here we are. It sold for $15 free shipping. It's disc only. Next we've got a Scanner Darkly DVD. Whatever that is, I don't know. Here, oh, okay. This came from, this is weird. It was like, what year was this? 2006. So, 06, you have RDJ, Woody Harrelson, Keanu, Winona Ryder, like, pretty stacked cast. And this is before Iron Man, so Robert Downey Jr. was still in the incline, you know. But Yeah, a Scanner Darkly. This came from the booth where I bought all those, and that sold for $10, free shipping. Next, we have a Toyota Camry 2000 owner's manual, and it's one of these down here. This one. This sold for $10, free shipping. I accepted best offer on that. Next, we have a Sony RMYDO65 remote, and that's going to be in my remote basket. Sony, I think that's it. RMYDO65. That's it. It sold for $12, free shipping. I either paid 60 cents for that or $2. I don't remember, but it sold for $12, free shipping. Next, we have WWF 1985 books. Those came from that lot of magazines that I bought from an auction. I think I've only sold one set of magazines so far. We still have those, and I've traded the other ones that I had to a buddy of mine, but these are the ones that I kept and have listed on eBay. These sold for $15 plus shipping. Next, we have a 2014 to 2015, and it is right here. Kia or Hyundai, like it has both of them on the bottom. Little console tray. It sold for $15, free shipping. Next up, we have the seat. These were just listed the other day, so I haven't put them up yet. The Secret of Terrell Castle. I picked this up at Saving Way last Thursday. Me and my grandma went out, and that sold for $10 plus shipping. Next, we have Anastasia on Blu-ray. I think I picked this up the same day. It was $2 at America's Thrift Store, and it sold for $11 plus shipping. Cool. I thought that it sold for $11 free shipping. Yeah, we made money on that. Good, good, good. Next, we have The Girl Next Door. Pretty uncommon variant. You guys know with the Adam Sandler stuff, I love variants. So if I see one that I've never seen before, I like putting it on eBay and seeing if I can get it. But great movie right here. I debated on keeping it, but I have it on DVD and VHS. So this, I had it listed for like $25. Had a couple of watchers on it, and somebody finally sent me an offer of $16 plus shipping. So I accepted it. But this lenticular cover, never seen it before. And yeah, sold. Lastly, for eBay, we do have one Macari order I had to pull. But we have a 1983 to 88 Ford Ranger Bronco sun visor driver's side. So it's these guys right here. It's just one. Don't fall. It's not that one. Yeah, that's the passenger side right there. It's this guy. Has the screws right there. Yeah, I bought these and wasn't expecting much, but one sun visor sold for $60 free shipping. So the one Macari thing we have to pack is up here. This is my Macari bin. I've been debating on like taking all this out and putting it in the booth because I never pull anything out of here. But we have a 1995 Thinkway Buzz. I think this sold for $16 and change plus shipping. But I don't think he has any batteries in him. Don't remember what I paid for him. Just know that he sold. I think it might have came from a yard sale last year. But like I said, I have no idea. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a little fun along the way. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.